Have you ever had to run a meeting or create an event where you have to invite people from different backgrounds? It can be pretty daunting. Now, imagine having to organize an event where over 250,000 people are in attendance. Well, that's the dilemma for one Bayard Rustin. He was born on March 17, 1912. Which makes him older than other civil rights leaders like Malcolm X and Dr. King by over a decade. Rustin was born about 35 miles from where I sit here at the Museum of the American Revolution. Rustin was raised by his grandparents in a large family, so they were always talking and communicating about the challenges of Jim Crow era Westchester. He attended Westchester High, and then he would later move to Wilberforce University as well as Cheyney University, where he was known as an accomplished singer. But it was activism that really gave Rustin his spark. He worked to establish CORE as well as the Southern Christian Leadership Conference that was led by Dr. King, and he worked with him as an advisor. In the 1960s, in the early 1960s, there began talks about a march on Washington, and Rustin was tapped to be one of the organizers. Now, he worked with a coalition of African American leaders, and many of them felt that his background as a gay man would be a hindrance to the movement. In spite of Rustin being put on the sidelines as far as the organization of the march, his voice was heard, and he did an incredible job of lining up all the various activists, politicians, as well as community organizers in helping to bring the March on Washington to the masses. This, of course, is the day that the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King read his "I Have a Dream" speech, which also, the advanced copy is behind me as a part of Declaration's journey. Rustin would actually speak that day, but his slot was not billed on the event order, but he did get his point across about the importance of racial integration. Behind me, in our special exhibition, Declaration's Journey, is a flyer that shows the names of some of the guest speakers, the location, and just how impactful this event would be to the nation. Rustin's efforts at the March on Washington on August 28, 1963 was monumental in bringing this movement to not just a local stage, not just on the state level, but to a national and international audience. And with the words of Dr. King in his "I Have a Dream" speech, it was able to galvanize the nation and to make a strong declaration, very much like our Declaration of Independence, that the rights of people were something that should be expressed by all individuals in the United States. So come visit us here at the Museum of the American Revolution and experience Declaration's journey all the way till January 3rd of 2027 and see some of these objects and documents for yourself.